It is time to look forward to the future to Sci Fi September. Hello everyone, welcome back to A Fictional Escapist. My name is Kris and today's video is the September TBR. Now my August, it is currently the 25th of the time of filming, has been a complete mood read month. I think I read 2, potentially 3 things that were on my actual TBR, and the reason for that is I'd already started them by the time the TBR for August went out. So I have a pretty planned month for September because it is themed, it is sci-fi. I'm doing a lot of sci-fi with Ryan over at Genre Blender, and we have 2 buddy reads happening this month, one indie and one not indie. I've got a couple of really big books this month planned as well, and I have chucked a couple in at the end here. So my TBR personally is 5 books. I know I have a beta read potentially coming in at some point in September. The beta read is clocking in at 318,000 words, so it is quite chunky as well. That will take me a little bit of time to get through. And but just in case mood reading does strike, I have a couple in here that I'm leaning towards potentially if I get any time. But anyway, let's jump into the actual TBR. So the first one and the main focus for the month, because it is so large and it is a buddy read that I'm doing with Ryan, is going to be Exodus by Peter F. Hamilton. This is a chunky beast. I think it clocks in at just under 1,000 pages, and I know very little about it, except there is a video game tie-in, which Ryan and my wife Rachel will probably be very excited for, having liked things like Mass Effect in the past. So I believe this is going to be a duology. If someone knows, please correct me on that. I don't know if this is a bigger series than a duology, but as far as I'm aware, there is at least another book in this series planned by Peter F. Hamilton. This will be my first Hamilton sci-fi that I've gotten into, but I've heard nothing but good things about his sci-fi writing, so we'll see. I did have another series I wanted to get to this year that just hasn't happened yet, so this will be my first, and I'm interested in going in and reading it with them. I think this will also be Ryan's first, so it'll be interesting to read it with them. A Fight for Freedom Among the Stars. I know very little about it other than that, but it will be the main focus for the month because of just how large and in charge it is. The other buddy read that we have going on is an indie book by N.C. Scrimgeour. I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. It's highly likely that I did. And we'll be reading or listening to Those Left Behind, which is the first book in her sci-fi series. So looking forward to giving that one a go. That will probably be my next audiobook once I finished the historical fiction I'm listening to right now. So that will be fun. Another one I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to get in the month of September is Animus Paradox by Adam Bassett. This is another short. Now I think this is just one story, one novella, whereas Digital Extremities was a series of short stories. I believe Animus Paradox is following one of the characters from one of those short stories, and it is a shorter listen to as well. So I've got this one on Spotify to listen to. So Those Left Behind and Animus Paradox are the plans for audio for the month of September. Now I have had a review copy hanging around for a while now. It actually has an updated cover, which is beautiful. I'll hold up my cover and I'll just put the updated cover up here quickly. This is Unanimity by Alexandra Almeida, who is a fellow Australian. So I have had this one for a very long time. I believe it is queer sci-fi, and I need to get around to it. I mean, I need to get around to all of my review copies, but I've had this one for a hot minute. So I am putting this one on the TBR. I might start the month with this one because I am traveling to Brisbane to see my sister very early in the month for her birthday, and this is a nice small one that I can take in my backpack to read at the airport while I'm waiting for the plane. So potentially that one will be the first book that I read for the month. Next up we have my second chonker, which is going to be Lonely Castles by S.A. Tholen. I think I am finally ready to move on with the series of the Primateri. Iron Truth was a heavy book, and they are quite large as well. I cannot remember for the life of me how long Iron Truth was, but I think it took me 2 weeks to get through. So I expect more of that with Lonely Castles, but now that I know the writing style that I'm going into, potentially to be faster, I'm not sure. But I do think this one is upwards of 700-800 pages as well. So that is another big chunky book that I've got happening in the month of September. those are the main reads. And then look, if I have any time, like I mentioned, I also have a big beta read coming my way. Now with beta reads, because I read them a little bit differently to how I would normally structure my own reading, I also don't have a new writing project to take on this month. It'll be very much doing admin for Alpha and just dabbling in my short story collection as I want to. So the pressure for writing so much is kind of off. So I'm hoping that we can do a lot of reading in the month. Now, like I said, I've got that beta read happening, but I also have been mood reading a lot more. So I've sort of allowed myself a couple of caveats in the TBR, just in case I feel this way. So I've been drawn to this particular book for a little while now, and I think it is mainly Ryan's influence because they have really enjoyed the series. I only have book one. With sci-fi space opera, I don't know if I'll love them, so I've only bought book one thus far. But if I do feel like a bit of bookish popcorn, I may pick up Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. I mean, I've heard good things about it. I have heard that you can go into it and look for deeper meanings, or it can just be bookish popcorn, but there's a lot of character. I do, like, unpopular opinion, I did not like Firefly, the show, at all. I know, I'm a terrible sci-fi fan. It wasn't for me, but I do like those concepts in books a lot of the time when it comes to sci-fi. Now, I don't think this is going to be bounty hunting or anything like that. I know very little about this series. I think this is more space opera-esque with big casts. I don't know, but it's been calling to me from the shelves, probably because Ryan talks about it a lot. So potentially, if I have any time and I'm feeling like a quick read, there's dust on it. That's how long I've had this for. Then potentially I'll pick that up. There's the dust particle. It's joining us. Welcome to a fictional escapist dust particle. The other thing that I may pick up is a short story or a couple of short stories by H.G. Wells. I bought this, it's so glary. I bought this collection of short stories for like $10 at a secondhand bookshop, and the one that is calling me is The Island of Dr. Moreau. So there are a few of them in here. We've got The War of the Worlds as well, which would make more sense for sci-fi, but I am really, The Island of Dr. Moreau, potentially The Invisible Man. If I have any time and I want something short, then I might pick up something by H.G. Wells. I'm not sure. That is pretty much what I'm planning for the month of September. This month is more planned out than, well, I put TBRs out. I don't know. My year is weird this year. It's fine. We're just going to go with it. That's what I'm planning for the month of September. Anyway, if you like the content, give it one of those. If you want to see more of it, click subscribe at your will, and I will catch you in the next video. Ciao.